This podcast is not intended to provide any investment advice. The opinions expressed here by either the hosts or guests do not necessarily reflect the views of PSA, Collectors Holdings, or any of their affiliates. Any discussion of collectible values in the past or present is not a guarantee of future performance.
Hey everyone, it's Ryan Green here, and today we are back with another installment of guest submissions here on the PSA Pod. Once again, guest submissions features in-depth hobby convos. We'll be welcoming a variety of guests into our studio, from prominent expert leaders within the collector's family to respected hobby voices and personalities across all genres. The goal, as always, inform and entertain from several different angles, whether that's discussing product developments and enhancements that improve the PSA customer experience, or just simply talking shop and collecting from different perspectives. Collectors of all levels and experience will enjoy what lies ahead. So we are very excited today for our first episode of guest submissions in a while. The reason being, we're in the new studio. Our first guest is a favorite of the show, Ryan Hoge, president of PSA. Ryan, thanks for joining us.
Yeah, we moved.
We did. It's a little more, just a little more cozy. It feels a little more proper in here,
Yeah.
right?
No, I like the new room. For folks that weren't aware, that they probably found out because we sent some emails saying, hey, we have a new mailing address if you're shipping overnight to us. We just reshuffled in the existing buildings. It wasn't a big move, but certain offices moved and different teams were in different areas, and so yeah, we got a new studio for the podcast. I like it.
Well, we're really excited to have you in here. We mentioned in guest submissions, we talk a lot about product developments at PSA, and we're going to be focusing on one in particular today, because we are at the doorstep of PSA and eBay's partnership really taking the next step forward, focusing on the PSA Vault, which is now the official vault of eBay. Customers are going to be able to sell via the PSA Vault essentially straight from the grading room.
Yeah,
on eBay.
Yeah, no, this is big news. I'm really, really pumped about this. It's been in the works for a long time. You could actually argue it started 2 years ago when, there were two things. 2 years ago, we started working with eBay on this authenticity guarantee partnership that they rolled out to essentially increase confidence levels and buyer and seller trust on their marketplace for graded sports cards above a certain dollar amount. We partner with them to confirm that those slabs match what's in the listing and they haven't been tampered with, they're not counterfeit, and that launched, I believe, in April of 22. And then it just so happened that both of us, both eBay and PSA, launched vaults that following summer. And we kind of went down these parallel paths. And July 22, the PSA Vault launched. And about 6 months later, we added selling options on Golden, both at weekly auctions and fixed price marketplace. And then, conversations continued with eBay on how we can evolve that partnership. And, here we are today.
Like we said, we are right at the doorstep. It's about to turn on. This is really exciting for really anyone who buys and sells, period. I think just about anyone who does that in the hobby on eBay is going to benefit from that. So we're going to get into it. But, to break in the studio, we had to accompany the conversation today with some wax.
Oh, I love it. And I love the box that you happen to have on the shelf.
Yeah, we got 2023 Bowman Draft. And this just came out, 6 months ago, and it's already
December.
Yeah, it's already a pretty loaded product based on what some of these guys have done already.
Well, yeah. Who do we have there? You got Paul Skeens. You have Wyatt Langford. You got Max Clark. Those are the big ones, right?
Yeah. Skeens is obviously already up in the show and doing quite a bit. And this ended up being a pretty loaded product. So now a lot of those guys we mentioned, the superfractors have already been pulled. So
that's okay.
Not hitting any of that here, but
we will still have some fun, and we'll bring the audience along with us here as we
trying to get the ASMR. I tried to get the blade right up on the mic.
Don't cut too deep.
No, we're gonna shuffle the packs too, as you were mentioning with this product. There's
sometimes these packs end up being the auto packs end up being in the same slots. I've seen them be different, but I've also seen them be in the same. So we want to kind of make sure there's no bias here with where these are set up.
Really good ASMR here. I can hear it. I can hear the crinkle of the packs really nicely. This is going to be a fun one. We have 3 autos per box in this, correct?
3 autos per box. And yeah, let's just do some random. We're not even sure what order some of these things are going to go in. And
It's a cool box.
all right. Do we start with a pack?
I think let's start with a pack each.
Okay.
You pick first. All right. I'm going to go
Top right.
I'll go right below.
Okay. All right.
You opened some of this personally, correct?
I did. I bought 2 boxes on the pre-sale and did okay. I got a Max Clark refractor autograph in one of mine.
Didn't you pull a Langford auto as well?
I did not.
Okay.
No. I'm going to let you go through yours.
Yeah.
So I can see if there's a reaction before I start. Okay.
I don't think I have an auto in pack number 1.
I don't think I do either. I did a good job shuffling.
Yeah, you did.
Okay.
Nothing on the top. So I do have a refractor on the back.
All right. We'll go through
a few first Bowmans here of guys who I don't know. Oh, we got a Max Clark insert.
I got a Max Clark base chrome.
Not bad. Also a Blake Mitchell insert here. He was the first round pick of the Royals last year. He was off to a really nice start. Nothing much to write home about in my first pack, though.
No, not very exciting in mine.
I'll examine the paper a little bit later.
Okay. I'm just excited to make it easier for PSA customers to get additional liquidity options and get in front of the millions of buyers that exist on eBay. And we're going to make this, super simple for those that want to participate and being able to sell their cards. And there's a couple ways to get cards in. I know we were talking about this the other day. It's very easy for you as a PSA grading customer to elect to have an entire order or select cards in your order go up for sale on eBay or go in the vault. Maybe if you want to sell them at a later date, you can just choose to go to the vault and then list them for sale when, say, that prospect gets called up. Or the other option is to just send in directly. And so you can do that via checkout on eBay or another auction house. You can have items sent directly to your vault address, or you can just drop ship a batch of cards in directly to the vault, and you'll have a unique identifier on that address label. And within 48 hours, they show up in your account, and then you're ready to go.
I want to. Round of applause.
I like it.
Is that that might be the first drop?
New addition to the pod, the sound effects board.
I like it. It's
that is worthy of applause.
I think I really want to drill back in. Well, first let's grab another pack.
Okay. I like how we're exhausting that right stack. There's gotta be one.
There's got to be one auto in this stack. I do want to ask while we're going through these packs. I want to drill in on something you said, which was essentially the ability to list cards for sale to eBay directly from the grading room almost. The fact that you can go into an order in your account, if it finishes the process, goes through all the QA checks, assembly.
You've got your grade reveal.
Yeah. And you can literally go card by card, send to me, send to the vault, send to me, send to the vault. And now essentially you'll have list to eBay.
Yeah. Sell on eBay.
Wild.
Yeah. And it will get scheduled 24 hours later. That's as fast as it can go. But yeah, you can have grades revealed and have it up for a 7-day auction the next evening.
And where I see that really being beneficial is, let's say, one of the terms that we've used in, say, like press releases around this, some of our messaging is the speed to market, right?
Yep.
So let's say this was live back in January.
Yep.
And it's January 2024, and we're sitting here ripping 2023 Bowman draft that just came out.
A Max Clark refractor.
There you go.
That's kind of a nice card.
A Max Clark refractor comes out. You send it to PSA, and I mean, we all know that when it comes to buying and selling cards, if you're selling, there's an advantage to being first to market with certain cards.
Oftentimes it takes a little while for the market to settle out. You're not quite sure what the gem rate's going to look like on certain issues of cards, and so oftentimes some of the first cards graded in a new product release end up commanding some premium values, and a lot of people want to be able to capitalize on that. And so our integration with eBay does just that. It provides a platform for liquidity.
That's really cool. Or if a card grades, say, maybe below where you thought it would, and you're like, I don't want to hang on to it.
Yeah. Or there's a lot of people, honestly, that don't want to collect PSA 10s. They're maybe collecting 9s or something lower if they're a vintage set collector. And so they get lucky. They get a PSA 10. They're like, awesome. Hey, I want to sell this. It's going to fund me being able to buy some additional cards for my set.
My favorite thing to do. sell cards to buy more cards.
That's what it is.
Right?
A lot of people like to keep recycling the money and keep it all flowing. So that's what we're trying to do.
Anything beyond Max in that?
No,
pack?
I got a Max Clark refractor, but no other numbered inserts or anything like that.
Got a refractor of Mac Horvath, second round pick of the Orioles, and a speckle refractor. These are actually not numbered. I thought they were out of 299, but maybe that's just the autos.
I think the autos are
Tayshaun Walton.
Okay.
4th round pick from Philly. So one of these.
So we have 8 packs left loaded. And there's 3 autos. That's pretty good.
That's what, a 37. Yeah. That's those are a couple loaded stacks right there.
Yeah.
So
that's good.
Before we do that, I also want to speak to the convenience of this a little bit. We both talked about, me and you are both guys who buy and sell as collectors on the personal side. When you live a busy life, you work, you got family, the thing that hinders a lot of people from buying or from selling expediently is the process.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
The getting the photos. There's a little the listing.
There's a fulfillment tax for sure that comes with this. And, that's the thing that we've set up. So let PSA handle the fulfillment for you. Mm-hmm. We're already imaging all the cards. So you've got these great high quality, high resolution images right after the card is graded. You've got the full details of the description. So it's going to be accurate. It's going to describe the card in the right way, the right variation. We've even done some additional work to pull other relevant information in our vault listing. So you can actually see serial numbers. So if it's out of 50, it'll say out of 50, things like that, to make them more relevant. And then, when your item ships, if the customer elects to have it shipped to them and not stay in the PSA vault, our team takes care of it. They'll pull it off the shelf, package it securely, and get it shipped within 24 hours out to the customer.
Man.
Yeah. All for one reasonable rate. So we published a rate schedule that's out there that's very competitive. As your item increases in value, you pay a lower rate, but it's obviously more aggressive rates than you would get if you were just selling directly on eBay yourself. There's other companies out there that offer consignment services, and I think they're in line and pretty competitive with that.
Yeah. So just to walk through the rates a little bit for people that haven't seen this, you can find all this at psacard.com on our vault landing page, which you can click to off the top image. Any card that sells under $100, it's a 16% seller fee. Now keep in mind, this is not 16% on top of like what you typically pay to eBay. This is one fee.
Yeah. Just to be clear, there's a couple of fees though. We have grading fees. So if you're grading a card, that's a different fee structure. It has nothing to do with selling, but then there is a consignment, selling fee that you just pay once. You don't pay eBay anything. It's a PSA fee.
Yep.
And then we get charged via eBay.
Cards that sell for $100 to $199, it's a 14% fee, which is actually a touch lower.
Right. Because this does include all the payment processing fees as well. Yep.
$500 to $999 goes to 13%. Between $1,000 and $2,500, it's 10%. And then $2,500 to $5,000, 9%. $5,000 and above, 7%.
Yeah. So like I said, it gets more advantageous for you as a seller, the higher the value of your item. And just to be super transparent too, we do have a $5 minimum fee that's in place. And so I understand that if you have a lower price card, it might not make sense to want to sell that. If you have a $10 card or a $5 card, you're not really going to be walking away with any money after the transaction fees. But we do have costs that we incur doing the fulfillment, and so that's in place to ensure that we kind of cover our costs.
Let's find one of those $5,000 cards.
Okay, let's look. Let's see what we got.
Going from different stacks.
I'm doing left stack
now. One thing that has also been a pretty popular question on this involves payments going to customers when you sell a card. Goes directly right back to your bank account from what you're selling.
Yes. Yep. Yeah. As soon as you sell, it will get transferred right to your account after payment clears.
It's convenient.
It is very convenient. I'm looking at this. I think I might have something in this one. I can see.
I think I got something that looks red. Yeah, that's an auto.
Okay.
I got an auto.
All right. I have something.
I'm going to skip through the paper for now. I hate to go full breaker mode here, but when there's an when there's an auto, I get excited. So
All right. So I have something that's purple.
I can't tell what color this is. It's like a reddish pink. Can you tell what that is?
No.
I've not seen that before. I'm gonna save that for last. Got a nice Jackson Holiday transformative talent.
I got Jacob Wilson, a little base chrome. I did a fun break with him back in December when the product came out. Okay, I'm on to the auto here.
Okay.
So we've got purple.
So that's out of 250, correct?
250, I believe. I think it's an auto at least. No, it is out of 250, but it is a non-auto insert of Dylan Campbell, first Bowman for the Dodgers.
Okay.
He was a 4th round pick, born in 2002. Okay.
We have a first Bowman catcher auto.
Oh,
what catchers were in this?
Well, there's your guy.
My prospect game's a little weak.
There's your guy for the Royals, right? Isn't
Blake Mitchell? This is a San Francisco Giant. No, it's not an auto. However, this is out of 10.
Oh, is that the Rose?
Yeah, that's rose gold. We got Luke Schleger.
Okay.
6th round pick for the San Francisco Giants. Is that a rose gold? Yeah.
That's a rose gold out of 10. That's pretty rare.
Cool.
Why did I think those only came in the special, like the silver packs?
The pearl packs.
The pearl packs.
I've never pulled a rose gold. That's okay. That's kind of nice.
That is pretty cool.
Talking about the vault and the PSA eBay partnership expanding now, crossing into the vault. You've already hinted at a couple things. You hinted at because when this launches, we're going with 7-day auction only.
Correct.
Buy it now options are coming down the line. What are some other pieces of the new PSA Vault experience that are in development, or you can kind of speak to that are going to come? Because this is obviously going to be a product that's constantly evolving.
Yeah.
And a user experience that's constantly improving.
Yeah. As folks know, like when you're building something new, you kind of look at scoping the project in a way that gives a core experience that you think is enough to go live with. And so we scope this down in a way to shorten timelines so that we could get something to market sooner, start learning from it. We know that auctions are the most popular selling format, more so than fixed price.
Yeah.
We also know that 7-day is the most popular format based on data that eBay has shared with us. And so we went with that. But we also know that people do want to have choice. A lot of folks care about what day of the week their auction ends. And so we actually have the mechanism for you to pick the day that your auction starts. So if you like your auctions to end on a Thursday night, you can do that. We're going to have all the auctions end in the evening. So you won't be able to pick your exact slot, but they're going to end in the evening on, say, Pacific time between, say, 5 p.m. and 8 p.m.
Okay.
So they'll end after work for both. Yeah. So they'll end after work for both coasts in the US. It's a more convenient time for bidding activity. And then some people, don't want auctions to end on, say, a Monday or a Saturday night or whatever it is. And so they'll have that ability to pick in there. But then, soon thereafter, we want to layer out more options like fixed price or best offer. We want to let you pick different durations on the auction. And then we're going to have more extensive integration points with eBay on checkout as well. So when you're shopping on eBay, you'll be able to send directly to the vault. We eventually want to get to the place where it's really easy for you, if you're buying, say, a raw card on eBay, to have it go right to PSA to get graded, and then you can list it for sale. So that's ultimately what we're trying to look to do, is to complete that overall life cycle of a card and make it more seamless, so that really, if you don't want to, you don't have to ship anything, or in worst case, you're just shipping one time to PSA to start the authentication process, and then that's it.
What's your as a personal preference selling? What's your sweet spot of when you like to have your auctions end?
I'm weird. I like Thursday nights for some reason.
I do too.
Yeah.
I'm a Thursday and Sunday.
Yeah. I like those. Are
you a 7-day auction guy? Are you a 5-day auction guy?
It depends. Occasionally I'll do a 3-day.
Oh, okay.
Normally I'm a 7.
Yeah.
Yeah. I like a 7-day ending on a Thursday evening is my favorite.
I'm usually between 5 and 7.
Yeah.
I think this is definitely an auto here. That is a thick card. That almost looks too thick to be an auto. So we're gonna see.
I don't think I have an auto in this one at all. So
we still haven't seen.
We still have 3 autos. I don't know how this happened.
There might only be 2, because I might have one here.
Okay.
There's a Wyatt Langford paper. We haven't seen one of those yet.
Oh, I got some colored paper.
What's your favorite Bowman product out of Chrome, base Bowman, and Draft?
I probably like Draft
Me
just
too.
because it's got all the kids that were in the previous,
I feel like it's the most recognizable group of players.
I mean, Chrome is cool because it's got a lot of the international guys, but I'm doing a lot more learning. Sometimes I've never even heard of these players before.
Yeah.
They're, maybe signed when they're 16 years old or whatnot.
You got a green there. Davison de los Santos. That's paper. An auto. Oh, this is one of those. What'd you call this? Is it the stained glass?
Oh, that's the stained glass. Yeah.
It's an Oriole. That's usually a good sign when it comes to prospects.
Is it Gunner?
Enrique Bradfield Jr.
Oh, yeah.
Were these rare?
I think they were one per box.
Super thick card.
There's numbered variations of those too.
So we do have 3 autos in 4
this
packs.
is bananas that somehow we have all the autos in the bottom. Unless we had some quality control issues at Topps and we got screwed.
Let's really hope not.
If that happens,
really hope not.
We know some people over there. We'll lob a complaint.
What's the we've talked so much about the vault, and it's been such a busy start to the year. So many things rolling out.
Yeah.
We've had the new holders that people have seen. You've teased to some things that are coming up later this year. What's maybe the one feature that we're going to be rolling out, or product that we're rolling out that you've teased to publicly and people know is coming that you are most excited about?
Yeah, there's 2 that I'll talk about. So I've talked about this feature called Grader Notes going on. I think the first time we talked about it was last fall when you and I did a Instagram live.
Yes.
And this was a question that came up from one of the viewers on that and said, hey, this is something we want to do. We're working on it. Team has continued to work on it. And then I had announced I think it was on the Jeff Wilson show in April. So essentially what this is going to be is it's going to be for express and higher service levels, where customers, the submitter, will be able to see when they go to their My Orders and their grades are there. They'll have the ability to see a little icon that said Grader Notes. And when you click on that or tap on it on your phone, it will say one of the 4 quality vectors, surface, edges, corners, centering, and then a freeform text box area where there can be a bit more of an overview. So if it's, it says surface, and then it could say fingernail indent back. And then it gives you something to look for. If it's corners, it'll say top left or front left, and then people can zero in on actually what the main flaw was that got that grade. So that's one that I'm excited about. And then before we get into this, I want to see what you pulled right there, because
it's an auto. It's an insert auto, class of 2023.
Yep.
Which means it's a sticker auto.
Okay.
A little bit of a bummer, but Brandon Winiker. Numbered out of 50.
Oh,
so from the Minnesota Twins.
So that's a gold?
So that's a goal. Yeah, that's
pitcher or hitter?
He's a hitter. I don't know who he is.
Okay.
I'm gonna look him up while we're chatting.
That's kind of cool.
That's not bad.
Okay, so first auto was a gold. Now let's look at mine here. I opened my pack, but I didn't have a chance to go through it. And then I'll talk about my other.
This was a 3rd round pick in last year's draft, which is not bad.
Okay, I got no. Okay, this was tricky. I saw the color. No, it's also numbered. It's a black out of 75. Auto. Cooper Engel.
All right. So we got 2 low numbered autos here.
Yeah. 57 of 75. Cooper for the Cleveland Guardians from Asheville, North Carolina, 4th round pick.
Not bad.
Okay. That's pretty cool.
Can make do with a black parallel auto. All right, so Grader Notes. We're all pretty excited about that. What else are you pretty pumped for as we go ahead this year? Yeah, so there was another topic that came up earlier in the spring, where some questions got raised related to the encapsulated autograph products that we offer. So a lot of people are familiar with the card grading and what a PSA 10 is, but we also offer an option where if you have an autographed item, trading cards being the most popular, you can send it in and you pay an autograph authentication fee. The label has some slightly different information printed on it, where we'll verify the autograph. We can grade the autograph, give it a numeric grade, but it doesn't have what we call spec information on the label. So if it was a 89 Upper Deck Ken Griffey Jr.,
autograph card and you just send it in for that service, all it would say trading card Ken Griffey Jr. and it would say autograph, and it could say PSA 10 if it has that grade. That created some confusion, especially for newer collectors coming into the market, that they're used to seeing PSA 10, seeing the red bordered label and assuming, hey, that means the card's graded as well. So we revamped our entire program and how we think about it. So you're going to see a new blue label. So instead of having the red border, it's going to have a blue label. What that's going to signify is PSA has only authenticated the autograph, so that if at a glance, you'll be able to say, is this item graded and authenticated or just the autograph? So that's step one. And then step two, we actually revised our program on what trading cards we will encapsulate. And we're excluding two categories that created the most confusion. One, we're going to exclude encapsulating counterfeit cards. We will encapsulate reprint, licensed reprint cards, but a fake counterfeit card that is autographed by the person that has a real autograph, we will not encapsulate those cards moving forward. Same thing with custom cards. So this also created some confusion where people would sometimes take a cut autograph and try to make it look like another official card, even though it's not. So those are now going to be excluded from our program.
But replacing like a sticker auto onto,
yeah. We just didn't think that those were necessarily in the best interest of the hobby, and especially newer collectors. It almost more of a chance to deceive or confuse those people, and so we want to kind of work those out of the system. So we think the new program that we're going to have in place strikes the right balance, makes it super clear for customers what they're buying and what they're getting, but still providing the same categories of services that submitters want to be able to have that are grading and authenticating with PSA.
And then, of course, we don't really have much to speak to it just yet, but gonna have a lot to announce soon regarding the National.
Always a good time. Cleveland this year. I've never been to Cleveland, so this will be my first time visiting. I don't know if I'm going to have a lot of free time to check out things like the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. I'd like to. I'm a big music guy, so
find a way to get there.
That'd be pretty cool. But I've been reviewing the plans that the team's been working hard on for many months. It's going to be a really cool show for us. As usual, we're going to have a great set registry kind of awards and celebration event that we do every year at the National. I do know one thing. I'll give a sneak peek. We're going to be doing some cool breaking stuff at the PSA booth, and I'm going to be breaking for customers, not for myself, but I'm going to be the one opening the packs, and it's fun.
You did pretty good. You did pretty good when this product came out with Blez.
I did. So that was my first time.
You got your warm up in.
That was fun.
All right. Well, we're going to wrap it up. We got 2 packs left.
Okay.
So we've had a pretty good box so far.
Yeah, this isn't bad. We have one more auto out there.
I think you've got it because I don't think it's in this box. Or in this
I think I do. I see a slightly thicker.
Can you see a color?
Well, you can always tell. You see the slightly thicker one?
Oh, yeah. That's definitely an auto.
So that's the tell in the back.
You know, it's funny. I mentioned, there's Paul Skeen's paper. I usually skip through the paper kind of in true breaker fashion, but it's also one of my favorite things to go back through after I've opened the box. You find nice little bonuses in there.
Yep.
So.
Okay. So we've got it. I moved it to the back of the stack. Let's see who we got.
I think I got nothing in this pack. So
it's a Brave Sabin Ceballos.
Is it color base?
It is base.
Okay.
Yeah. 3rd round pick, 94th overall. He's a defensive wizard. But he's pretty big. 6'3", 225 shortstop.
Huh. I was going to say defensive wizard. Is that a nice way of saying you can't hit?
No. I mean, I'm looking at his stats in college. He went to Oregon.
Okay.
Yeah.
Not bad.
Solid. I think that was a solid solid box.
I feel like we were due a base auto after pulling a gold and a black out of 75 autos. So.
Yeah, I don't think you're getting 3 numbered autos.
No.
I'm trying to think of other fun things that the listeners might want to tune in for, things that are going to be coming soon. Yeah, June's going to be a busy month for us. I think folks have also probably noticed we've been much more active on the regional show and kind of local card shop scene. So expect to see more of that going into the second half of the year. And then recently we just got back. We were at the London Card Show and the La Gala TCG show in Paris, and so we were just doing take-home submissions there. But that was our first time having an official presence at both of those international locations. So expect to see more focus on international growth and expansion from PSA, in the coming years.
Basically, what I'm hearing here is things are progressing and growing fast and aggressive.
They are, and we're just trying to stay focused on quality and consistency while we do so.
Well, thank you for the insights, the updates. Thanks for ripping here. I think every time you come to the show, we got to make this a thing.
Yeah, let's have something.
We'll make it happen. We'll get it taken care of. I like that. Also, more of an incentive to have you more often because I love ripping.
Well, hey, now that I'm literally right down the hall, it's gonna be a lot easier to get me in here.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, Ryan, thanks for taking the time to join us here on Guest Submissions on the PSA Pod. A pleasure as always. We'll grade some of what you heard us rip here. Might be giving some of this away, so stay tuned. But for Ryan Hoge, I'm Ryan Green. Thank you for tuning into the PSA Pod, and we will talk to you next time.